Marvel Cinematic Universe movies rank from Black Panther to Thor Ragnarok. Which MCU movie is the best? The Marvel Cinematic Universe is expanding at a phenomenal rate. This year, along with 3 new MCU films, Black Panther, Avengers, Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, reaching cinemas. How has Marvel kept fans coming back for more? Quality. Most every installment has been met with rave reviews, only 2 not being certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. But, which one is best, I hear you ask? Avengers? Captain America Civil War? Iron Man? Well, here's my list on the conundrums as we rank every MCU installment so far. Number 18, Iron Man 2. Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Tony Stark. However, the second Iron Man film spent so long setting up the forthcoming Avengers, we barely see our beloved hero shine. Jon Favreau attempted to juggle multiple villains, giving neither Justin Hammer or Ivan Vanko the Jeff Bridges of Obadiah Stane had, all while introducing the world to Black Widow and the Avengers initiative. The result is a mess that had barely held an actual story together. A low point for the franchise. Number 17, Thor, The Dark World. Unfortunately for director Alan Taylor, Thor, The Dark World marks one of the only 2 non-certified fresh MCU films. The second Thor movie's plot is entirely by the numbers. Chris Hemsworth's fish out of the water comic potential is squandered, and Christopher Eccleston's Malekith barely gets a word in. Following Avengers and Iron Man 3, this movie marks a significant downturn for the series. Number 16, Avengers: Age of Ultron. A controversial choice to have so low. Joss Whedon's second installment in the Avengers franchise is a monstrously weird beast, containing too many storylines aimed at setting up the future movies. Thor has nightmares, hinting at Infinity War. Tony Stark and Steve Rogers begin to fall out, preluding Civil War, and the Hulk ends up flying off into space for Thor Ragnarok. There is barely time for Ultron to appear, let alone there be an Age of Ultron, when Hawkeye is the standout character among Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor. You know there's something amiss. Number 15, The Incredible Hulk. Perhaps the Hulk just doesn't work on the big screen. See Ang Lee's disappointing 2003 Hulk? There is something flat about The Incredible Hulk. Director Louis Leterrier deciding not to explore the more thought-provoking questions inherent to the Jekyll and Hyde story. Instead, concentrating on action. However, despite being another by-the-numbers action film, there are some positives, the main one being William Hurt's General Ross. Quite frankly, The Incredible Hulk's not as bad as his reputation would have you believe, the film being the only other non-fresh MCU film next to Dark World. Still, that's not saying a whole lot. Number 14, Thor. Chris Hemsworth's first outing as Thor is fine, opening up the Marvel Universe to intergalactic concepts and the idea of S.H.I.E.L.D. Randomly popping up in every other Marvel film. Yet Thor feels like a missed opportunity. The concept of having the god of thunder as well as a well-spoken Nordic alien who doesn't understand Earth's mannerism is particularly funny. Unfortunately, Sir Kenneth Branagh never quite delivers on the humor, unlike Thor Ragnarok, but more on that later. Number 13, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is basically Iron Man, but with magic. An arrogant, witty man with no powers wanders to a distant land and realizes their superhero potential. In fairness, the psychedelic imagery is phenomenal, but Doctor Strange does not have the same tight writing as some of his Marvel counterparts. Like those mentioned above, there are issues with the villain, but Benedict Wong, and Tilda Swinton carry the film along nicely. Also, that final battle is great. Well played, Scott Derrickson. Number 12, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. James Gunn's second space adventure remains fun, turning everything up to 11. Unfortunately, though, that's not always a good thing. Most characters get their time to shine, particularly Yondu and Rocket, but Star-Lord is somewhat sidelined. Chris Pratt not having the same magnetic pull as last time. Some of the humor also does not translate, particularly the jokes concerning Mantis. Still, it's the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. You're always going to have a good time. Plus, I'm Mary Poppins, you all! It's one of the best lines in a Marvel film so far. Number 11, Marvel's The Avengers. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Nick Fury, and the Incredible Hulk all coming together for a phenomenal showdown with Loki and a legion of faithless villains. The action is fun, perhaps a little too quick-tastic at times, with each character given their time in the spotlight. Unlike some of the other Marvel installments, there is not much depth to the entire affair, but that does not hold back the Avengers from being a great popcorn flick. Number 10, Captain America Civil War. What's remarkable about Avengers 2.5 is how the Russo brothers managed to have Iron Man, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Black Panther, and Spider-Man, while remaining first and foremost a Captain America film. The titular hero struggles with the deceit following Winter Soldier and the reconciling with Bucky, all the while fighting Stark and being manipulated by Zemo. Civil War also contains the best fight scene in Marvel history so far, the airport scene. With the Russo brothers taking on Avengers Infinity War, we can't wait. Number 9, Ant-Man. While Ant-Man is basically Iron Man just with a smaller suit, there's something wholly fun and innocent about the entire affair. Paul Rudd, Michael Pena, and Michael Douglas give solid, hilarious performances, even if the film contains another mediocre villain who has the same powers as our hero. And although we wish Edgar Wright's version existed, Peyton Reed did an excellent job with the silliest named superhero around. Number 8, Captain America, the First Avenger. The First Avenger is a great World War II film that sets up Captain America almost perfectly. A young man who becomes super strong and beats up Nazis. What's not to love? Like the Avengers, the First Avenger is hugely fun despite centering on Captain America, who on paper could have been the dullest hero of the franchise. Luckily, Chris Evans gave the role everything, presenting a sensitive character and a great leader with a heart of gold. Number 7. Thor Ragnarok. Taika Waititi's hilarious blockbuster contains some of the best scenes that have ever graced the MCU. The director's improvisational skills methods making Ragnarok feel like an indie flick at times. However, while those are moments of the all 5-star highlights, there is still a 3-star Thor movie hiding under the surface. The contrast between what's happening on Asgard to the fantastically fun buddy adventure with Hulk and Thor can therefore be slightly grating. Yet, Marvel offering the director such freedom is fantastically fun to watch, and we hope future MCU movies follow suit. Plus, Hemsworth's comedic chops are excellent. Let's hope they never make him the straight character again. Number 6. Spider-Man Homecoming. Miraculously, Spider-Man now rests in the Marvel's huge cinematic universe. And we're so glad Kevin Feige and Sony came to an agreement. Tom Holland's incarnation of the web-slinger surpasses Andrew Garfield's, mainly thanks to the focus on a smaller high school story. Alongside some great comic performances, there's also a solid villain in Michael Keaton's Vulture, making Homecoming stand out from many past MCU flicks. Number 5. Iron Man. The film that kick-started it all. Iron Man entered cinemas with such a sure swagger there should never have been any doubt over whether the film would succeed. Robert Downey Jr. proves why he was born to play Tony Stark, balancing arrogance with charm and managing to be an entirely likable a-hole. Helped by a formidable villain, something the Marvel Cinematic Universe have struggled with recreating, Iron Man set a high standard for all Marvel films to beat. Number 4. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The second Captain America film is an adrenaline-fueled conspiracy thriller that manages to hit almost every beat. Despite another bland villain, the S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra twist is pulled off spectacularly while asking some interesting political questions. Again, the Russo brothers did remarkably well to make sure that the tender moments were moving and the CGI never seemed too much. Together with Civil War and the first Avenger, the Captain America trilogy has really been superb. Number 3. Iron Man 3. Some diehard fans absolutely hated the third Iron Man film because of the Mandarin, but really Shane Black's superhero flicks is heaps of bringing Tony Stark's story to a wonderful conclusion, to a point where he probably should have been left alone. Watching the genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist deal with PTSD and his struggle with his own creations is emotional and highly entertaining. Best of all, Ben Knightley's Trevor Slattery is utterly hilarious. The Mandarin twist is being completely effective. Number 2. Black Panther. Black Panther marks the most fully realized MCU movie to date. Ryan Coogler's version and vision being nothing short of extraordinary, Wakanda looks phenomenal, while the story and character motivations mark a new high for the series. Michael B. Jordan, Danai Gurira, and Latita Rice steals the show. Unlike some other MCU movies, you forget Black Panther is a Marvel movie, sharing more in common with Star Wars, particularly the family feuds and science fiction technology. The whole package makes for a gripping, stylish movie that makes you wonder why Marvel took so long bringing Wakanda to the screen. Number 1. Guardians of the Galaxy. Who would have thought a red-tape bunch of a-holes would make such a wonderful universe-saving team? Each character has their time to shine in James Gunn's fantastic universe-hopping adventure, and when together, there's so much chemistry. Taking Chris Pratt from being the tubby lad in Parks and Recreation to Hollywood leading man was an inspired idea as with Dave Bautista's Drax the Destroyer. Guardians of the Galaxy set an incredibly high bar that has yet to be matched.